Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight.
That those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time we'll be, but along with a bunch of new stuff, we'll be talking Ion 7 through 12. We're going to remember we did that last episode, kids. Which, again, on the podcast, you'll hear no interruption. But yeah, that was like, we talked 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Seems like even longer. All right. So yes, kids, but that week off did us good because we got a bunch of news and a bunch of new stuff to talk about.
Absolutely.
Including, yes, William. So they announced the new Green Lantern of James Gunn's DC movies, and what it's not Hal Jordan. It's going to be Guy Gardner, and it's going to be Guy Gardner played by
Nathan Fillion.
I
believe it's in Superman Legacy.
Yes.
However, from I think a response, as people were responding, is James Gunn said that he's going to be Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Across all media, right? At least from what I saw.
Yeah.
So,
or at least all those live action movies. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting. I mean, I've always kind of thought Guy was younger than Hal, but I'm assuming that at least in the, are we calling this the Gunverse? I don't know what we call this. Is that a thing yet? It seemed to me that they've stated that Hal and John will be probably in late 20s, early 30s, but then, I guess guys, Nathan Fillion's 50, I think, late 40s.
Something like that, yeah. Well, could probably look that up.
So that's interesting. I mean, we're getting Guy Gardner. I hope it's not joke Guy Gardner, right?
Yeah, I just wonder how. So much of an attitude they're gonna. Oh, Nathan Fillion is 52.
Ah, okay.
So, they're gonna give him a bowl cut.
I guess we will see, won't we?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, Nathan Fillion has, been in a lot of, he's been in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's, there's that little Firefly thing he did, that I was a big fan of Castle when it was on. So, he's a good actor, and I hope he's allowed to do the character justice.
Is he going to get decked by Batman?
Batman, my favorite character.
Which Batman? Sorry.
Batman, my favorite character.
Are we talking Ben Affleck? Are we talking Christian Bale? Are we talking?
I mean, is James Gunn going to have the universe going to have its own Batman?
Who knows at this point?
I have a feeling they're going to want to start that over to. Well, that universe is going to have its own Batman because we're going to have a new Superman. So,
and they've got the Batman,
yes,
which is kind of its own thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
With Robert Pattinson. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope Gunn brings some focus and some, which I think he will. Good storytelling, but then also some smart decisions around, DC movies.
Exactly.
We'll see. I'm hopeful.
Exactly. Oh, and then I sent you that other link too. I think I've seen more than one now. It's they're putting out some figures, but I guess they're like glow in the dark, or
there was
the green stuff. I mean, there's a John Stewart. That's the link I sent you. I think I saw another one somewhere.
There's going to be a Golden Age Green Lantern, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, Jon Stewart also from McFarlane, so yeah, I don't know if any of the costume glows, but yeah, like the ring constructs, which are for Jon Stewart, are basically swords. Yeah, they're gonna glow.
Mm-hmm. Cool, very cool.
About time someone thought to do that. Glow in the dark lantern construct. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought they'd have thought about that in the 90s, right?
Seriously. All right, so William has not got his copy yet, but I have my copy of Night Terror's Green Lantern #1.
All right. Let's not spoil it for anybody, but give us your take, man.
I mean, it's good. I mean, I don't think this will be too spoilery, but it picks up like right where issue 2 left off, like Hal's on the plane.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
Because it's Jeremy Adams, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's good. I mean, it's it's basically following the theme of Night Terrors. Basically, this new villain basically walking Hal through his worst fears and stuff, and which again, if you're a fan of Hal Jordan, it's pretty much it's the father, and there's some stuff with Carol, there's some stuff with Abin Sur.
3 important events in his life, huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. and they kind of Jeremy Adams is starting to drop hints of why about the whole Earth thing, and it's because towards the end of the last thing we see, it's basically I was like, no, this can't be right because this is here and this is here, and so it's so Jeremy Adams forced to go through this crossover, but still making the most of it. Be like, okay, I'm going to drop some little hints here. So
I'm curious from a collection standpoint. Will the trade include the Night Terrors issues since they are written by the same writer, or will they just be, or will we be returned at the end of Night Terrors to exactly when we left, which is the plan?
Maybe. I mean, it seems like for the most part this issue. I will have to wait to see what number 2 is, but it seems like he's stuck in his little nightmares here most. So yeah, I mean, it might work out where you could do it either or. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that does help that the same writer's doing it. And I did notice, I think, the Shazam one, I believe, is also written by Mark Waid, who's writing which is kind of in the same boat. He had like 2 issues, and then they jumped in Night Terrors. So
nice.
But at least that's nice that the guys who they got the first 2 issues, and then they jumped in Night Terrors, that they're letting the ongoing guys write that.
Yeah, give some continuity and the same. Mm-hmm. So it's not a completely different team, So there is some similarity to the type of stories that are being told. So that's a good thing. I still question the reasoning behind starting a series and then completely interrupting it. But
yeah, because like I said, they did that with this and Shazam, but meanwhile Flash and Wonder Woman, they're waiting till September to restart. So
I mean, I'm not gonna, I would have hoped that they would have started Green Lantern much earlier.
Yes,
but they didn't. So why give it 2 issues and then stop it? Mm-hmm. Do 2 issues and then start it back up again. I don't know. I don't understand it, and it doesn't make any sense. But hey, it's where we are. Let's enjoy it, right?
Yes. And unlike the regular book, no Jon Stewart backup, but we are on the ground. Sinestro is going through some things of his own. So,
how did you feel about that one?
I mean, it was good. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only like 8 pages. So I mean, it's not like a ton of story, but
yeah.
But no, I mean, it was decent. It's basically just I don't know how much. I mean, they're not that much. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but basically, just Sinestro is basically going through a thing. It's basically like, oh, am I going to be what I used to be? He's basically a shadow of himself. Is he going to be able to,
And you see, I don't remember where we left him off. I mean, because...
Well, from what it looks like in this backup story, I mean, he was part of, like, the big villains group in, like, Dark Crisis, so...
Oh, okay, so he was controlled then.
Yeah, so that kind of messed with his head, so...
But, yeah, I'm trying to think of where we left him off. I mean, there was a Sinestro that appeared in the Grant Morrison run, but I think that was... like the Earth 2 Sinestro or Earth 3 Sinestro or
I can't remember, yeah. Because
Dark some number.
Yeah, because Dark Crisis was the last one, so.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess his last appearance before the Dark Crisis appearance would probably been the end of his own book, maybe?
Maybe? Because he wasn't in that annual where Jessica became Yellow Lantern, did he? I don't think.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, was
he was
okay.
in there. Yeah, he was. That's right. Yeah, good point. But, I mean, it was more of a, I'm Sinestro.
Yeah.
We'll be back because, whatever.
I just
and
wonder...
he was in the Jeffrey Thorne run as well.
Yes.
Being all menacing, but not really doing much, so...
I just wonder if he's going to pull a current Hal, because he says he doesn't have a ring right now, so... Is he going to form a ring out of pure fear or something?
I do. So I'm going to put spoiler warnings here. If you don't want to know what happens in Green Lantern number 2, stop listening, because I do have a question.
Okay.
Toward the end of the book, he has the ring.
Yes.
And then it disappears.
Yes.
And he is... Okay, that's the past. Because in the present, he's getting on the plane, and which will lead into Night Terrors.
Yes.
So I'm curious how that's going to play out, because maybe he will use the Manhunter to actually make a ring, and then instead of having the one, because that one was a temporary ring, I guess, or I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm looking forward to finding out. I mean, by the time number 3 comes out, we're going to be 5 issues into Jeremy Adams' run on Green Lantern.
And just something that he says in Night Terrors number 1, I don't know if everything is really happening to Hal, or if some stuff is in his head, and how much, I don't know, so.
Good point. I'm looking forward to reading.
I mean, it'll make more sense to you when you read that what I just said, but yeah.
Now, this Night Terrors, it's 2 issues for every...
For I think, pretty much all the ongoings.
Is there a bookend, like a number 1 and a number 2?
There is they did like a prequel thing, and then Night Terrors number 1 came out last week also. So I don't know if that's like a full miniseries, but let me see. Is there a checklist? I didn't see a checklist. I'll look. Yeah, like I said, I know there was a Night Terrors number 1, so there's probably going to be at least a number 2. Because I don't think it's every week. At least not the main thing. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I know they're looking for sales, but I don't know. It almost seems more trouble than it's worth. And even my comic shop guy said, I don't think he didn't get big orders for Night Terrors. So
yeah.
Oh, come on. There is... Yeah, there was Night Terrors First Blood. There's Night Terrors. Yeah, of course, all these. Night Terror... Oh, the Night Terrors actual miniseries is 4 issues, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And all the character... the ones like this one are only 2 issues.
Wow, that's a bunch of issues that... And we're talking... So the whole event is going to be probably, 30 issues then? 40 issues?
Something like that. I mean, you get
Wow, that's...
Oh, and there's a Night Terrors Night's End. Night with a K, Terrors. Night with an N, Zend.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that 4 issue. Then there's there was the 2 bookends, but there's a Night Terrors Batman, Night Terrors Ravager, Night Terrors Joker, Night Terrors Poison Ivy, Black Adam, Robin, Flash, Zatanna, Shazam, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, Nightwing, Catwoman, Punchline, Teen Titans, Action Comics, Detective Comics, Harley Quinn, Angel Breaker.
Wow.
I think that's it.
And those are all 2-issue series. Yeah, that is a substantial amount of issues.
That's a bunch of
substantial amount of issues.
Yeah, I mean, so far I think I've gotten them all except for Black Adam. I'm like, nah, that's okay. Black Adam, that's all right.
Who's doing the Zatanna one?
Oh, that was I did read that. Hold on, right after I close it out. All right. Yeah, forget. I should have just brought them all out with me. Dennis Culver.
Okay, I've not I'm not familiar with that writer. Who's the artist?
David Beldion.
Not familiar with that artist either. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, like I said, Shazam is Mark Waid.
Now, Dan Moore's doing the art on the regular Shazam book, right?
Yeah, but not on this miniseries. It's Roger Cruz on the Night Terrors 2-parter. Joshua Williamson's, of course, doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah, G. Willow Wilson's doing the Poison Ivy because she's the regular writer on the Poison Ivy book. And Matthew and Matthew Rosenberg's doing the Joker because he's like the regular writer on the Joker right now. So
cool. Very cool.
So, yeah, it is nice that they get some of the... Oh, yeah, Teenie Howard on Catwoman because she's the regular writer at the moment. So, yeah, I like that they actually got some of the regular writers. Yep. All right. So, I think we're talking Guy Gardner. Should we get to some Ion?
Let's get to some Ion.
All right. I'm going to have to walk through these because I don't think I have synopses for these. But here, I'll do the info. All right, kids. Today, like I said, we're doing 7 through 12, which was reprinted in a trade as Ion the Dying Flame. So, Ion number 7, December 2006, Home Again. Of course, again, all these issues tonight, written by friend of the show.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Penciler, Greg Tocchini, inker, Jay Listine, colorist Jeremy Cox, letterer Rob Lee, and editors Eddie Berganza and Jeannie Schaefer. All right, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to walk through these ones, but so we see Cal goes back to talk to Radu. It's been a while. It's been a minute since we've seen Radu.
Radu, exactly.
And that apartment's gone. You know, well, Jenny, before she died, even Jenny moved out, so it's just like that building quiet all of a sudden. Nobody trying to kill Radu. Nobody trying to burn the building down. Yeah.
Nobody trying to kill Jenny or Kyle.
Nope. And that logo's still there.
Yep.
So basically, Kyle's telling Radu, oh yeah, a monitor showed up and says, you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know. Did they ever explain this what that whole thing was supposed to be? Because I know, like, Kristen and
is it leading up to Final Crisis?
I think so, but why are certain characters supposed to be dead? I know a few months ago, Kristen and I covered some Nightwing issues around this time, and like Nightwing, it was the same thing. You're supposed to be dead, and it's like, yeah, he was supposed to die in Infinite Crisis, but is that it? Or are these characters that were on Dido's kill list?
I don't know. Isn't this long before that? But, Donna was on the list and Kyle was on the list. So, if, Dick was on the list too, then, I don't know. That's weird. I guess we are going to touch on Final Crisis at some point, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The monitor. I think I like that other costume better.
Yeah. Everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
But I understand how he feels, but
I love it. Kyle's like, yeah, I'm going to take a lip from a guy in space armor. Okay. Yeah. I love this line. Let's start with an order of who are you and how did you get here, and follow it up with a side of how in the hell would you know me? So after Cal basically confronts the monitor, he disappears.
That's kind of like them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So then, Reddy's asking about that artist commune or whatever he's in, and there's a few reasons to stick around, like his neighbor.
Yeah.
Marissa.
Yeah. Does that ever become a subplot? Because do we ever see her again?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I mean, I can't remember. It's been a while since I read a lot this era, but I mean, not that I can think of, because we don't even see much after this series. We don't see much of Cal on Earth, do we?
I don't think so. Not really at all. I mean, because it's we're boom right into Sinestro Corps War, which spoilers for number 12.
I was going to say, the end of this series, he's not going to have much to bring him back in any ties to Earth, pretty much. So
yeah, and then after Sinestro Corps War, we barreled pretty much headlong into the Blackest Night stuff, and then when Blackest Night's over, there's a New 52 relaunch after War of the Green Lanterns, but that's when we get New Guardians, and he's a White Lantern at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I wonder if that's it. Is it just what Ron Mars wanted to write, or were they like, oh, hey, we need you to kind of like sever more ties to Earth? You know, it's basically like, yeah, let's give Kyle a reason not to come back to Earth.
I don't know. I mean, when they talk about the mystery of who's behind it, you know, and it involves the weaponeers.
Yeah.
That kind of, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense now. I understand. I know exactly who's behind this.
So yeah, we'll get more with him and the artist commune. And then Radu gives him the necklace Jade left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, she probably did leave it behind because I gave it to her. Then we see him talking to Alan with that glowing eye patch.
Mm-hmm. That didn't last long, did it?
No, I think that was a whole thing in that 52 series, but yeah, I don't think it really lasted much after that. Oh yeah, the JSA is building their new headquarters, and he's asking Cal for his opinion. He's like, I can paint a mural in the lobby. He's like, but if you want an architect, go see John.
John's the architect.
All right, so as of this point, we still remember John's an architect, so.
Yes, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Because eventually they just go with the whole Marine thing. If not before, I know by New 52, they're just like, hey, he's a Marine.
Yeah. Although, you know, it is brought up in Secret Origin that he and Hal meet because, you know, Hal's a flyboy and John's a grunt, right?
Yeah.
And there's like a fight or something, if I remember right. We'll get there.
He's supposed to be the angry young man. Oh, but yeah, and then, you know, Alan and Kyle are talking about Jade, and, but yeah.
Don't worry, it won't be long till she's back.
I know, but, Alan saying how he still thinks that Kyle is family, so.
I was waiting for that.
Thank you. And then it's just basically explaining the Radu. It's like, oh yeah, kind of like a more evolved Green Lantern, no ring. I could do some stuff a little more.
Yeah. At this point, we only know about Parallax as an entity, right?
Yeah.
So is it kind of retconned that Ion's in him at this point?
I guess. I can't remember. I haven't reread that far yet, but I'm assuming it's some, or yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's kind of a retcon. It's going to be more like, oh, hey, nobody, you know, besides the Guardians, no one knew this.
Yeah.
It's always a retcon because it's always like, the Guardians are just keeping secrets.
Yeah, again.
Exactly. But yeah, when Cal leaves the coffee shop and flies away, he gets attacked by Effigy.
Who we mentioned last time. Hey, we haven't seen Effigy in a while. Boom. There he is.
Exactly.
Which brings us to a really nice point in, issue 11, when another of Kyle's villains makes pretty much his final appearance, I think, at this point.
Yeah, pretty much, I think. But yeah, he slaps around Effigy pretty good, and Effigy's like, oh, I was being controlled. I don't know what I'm doing. And basically, first the issue ends with Cal telling Radu goodbye, and, you know, can't go home again, but it's nice to know you can visit.
And then we got a teaser for the next issue. This didn't turn out the way I thought.
Yes. Chained up with the princess.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot. Yeah. All right. So, any thoughts on 7, Will?
I thought it was a pretty good issue.
Yeah.
I mean, art was good. I thought it was, you know, and with Mars, you know, you're going to get a solid story every time.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good issue.
Kind of bringing back some stuff from his run, like Radu and Effigy.
Mm-hmm.
And even like Kyle's relationship with Alan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you ready for the next one?
Fire away.
All right. So, Ion number 8, January 2007, Princess of Alit. Ron Mars again writing. Pencilers this time, Paco Diaz and Yavel Guchet. And inkers, Paco Diaz and Joe Rubenstein. Colorists, Tanya Horry and Richard Horry. So, thinking they may be related. Letter Rob Lee and editors Jeannie Schaefer and Eddie Berganza. So I wonder if that's a time thing, because we've got 2 pencilers, 2 inkers, and 2 colorists on this thing.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, so our kids number 8, and again, these are all on the DC Universe Infinite app. So So pay us sponsorship money, DC Universe Infinite. All right. Oh yeah, we got monitors again, monitoring stuff. So especially Kyle. It remains unclear to me whether Kyle Rayner must live or die. So yeah, they're explaining Kyle's going back to this planet to help set right stuff that Nero messed up while he was pretending to be Ion.
Yep.
So he finds the Princess Ariana. And of course, Cal volunteers to be her champion and not use his powers. Which, again, was the whole... I don't know if this worked out quite like I planned. So, yeah, basically he has to fight without his powers in the arena. But then when he does, he lifts off the ground. And they're like, oh, you broke the vow. He's like, no. I agreed I would use my powers in the arena. I'm not in the arena anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not going to kill this guy.
Yes. So then, of course, yeah, all the royalty are just like thanking him, especially the princess is about to give him a special reward when of course, who of all people shows up? Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
Guy, did you ever heard of knocking? Didn't see any knockers on the way in, but now.
That's Guy Gardner.
Yep. Hi, got a sister or maybe a young aunt? So yeah, then Cal's like asking guys like, or what are you doing here? Just come here to be a voyeur. He's like, I'm here for you, Cal. It's your mom. It's not good.
Uh-huh.
And then we see that.
When we get to this point, I do have questions.
Okay.
Because there's something that doesn't quite ring true for me in issue number 12, I think, or number 11.
Okay.
And I do have questions about it.
Okay. Then we see the Guardians interrogating Effigy, and basically his mind's been wiped of any information they need anyway, because the Guardians are like, whoever it is wants to remain hidden. All we know is that their goal is to destroy the Guardians of the Universe. And then on the last page, we see some kids who picked up a lantern a while ago. And not your typical Green Lantern.
Nope. But we might be going off on a tangent if we talk about it. Thank you.
All right, so thoughts on that one, Will?
I thought that was a pretty good issue. Although, I'm, a warrior that's been trained from birth to kill. I don't see how Kyle not using his powers could overcome that, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, I think I guess it's Kyle's turn, but again, what Lantern hasn't gone through the whole, I could be a hero without my powers or the ring or anything. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, I get it.
It's a trope, yeah. It's a superhero trope. It's like, oh, the powers don't make the man, it's the it's the character inside.
Mm-hmm.
And again, who knows what's going on in there? All right. You ready for number 9?
Let's hit it.
Kind of like a 2-part 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't see no Supergirl, but she was on one of the monitor's view screens. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ion number 9, February 2007. Off on a tangent. Again, Ron Mars. Penciler, Fernando Passarin. Inker, Jonathan Galpion. Colorist, Tanya Horry and Richard Horry again. Letterer, Richard Lee again. And editors, Eddie Berganza and Janine Schaefer again. So, yeah, we're switching pencilers here pretty almost every
regularly,
issue.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, I guess it's because it's 2007, but I thought at this point they were just like, nah, we're not going to, they didn't like to switch pencilers, and if a book's late, it's just going to be late just for the for trade wise.
Well, but we were, 52 was going on at this point, and there was probably a build up to Final Crisis, the not so Final Crisis, and I guess they just, we've got to get this done. And then Sinestro Corps War is literally on the horizon, right? So this has got to get done before then. it's plugged into a lot of things that are big important projects, right? I would guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Again, that's the whole thing with like trying to make a more complex universe. Yeah, the more complex you make it, it's like gotta
More interconnected it is.
I swear at this point, it's like, when did this story take place? This took place 6 months ago before so-and-so started. It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know what Tangent Comics are, it was a DC Comics imprint created in 1997 and 1998, developed from ideas created by Dan Jurgens. The line, made up of various one-shots, focused on creating all new characters using established DC names such as the Joker, Batman, and the Flash. Tangent Comics is notable as the only fifth week event published by DC to be revisited for a second round.
Oh. I don't, I completely messed up this in my head with the Stan Lee creates the DC universe.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to remember. I try to keep all these different versions straight, and now I remember some of what the Tangent stuff was. So yeah. It was.
It's been a long time since I reread. Since I read any of this. Probably may read it once. As with Alan Moore's Watchmen saga, the Tangent universe radically diverged from our own due to the appearance of metahumans, such as the original Adam, whose interference escalated the Cuban Missile Crisis on his world into a limited nuclear exchange that resulted in the obliteration of Florida.
Okay.
The destruction of Florida played a pivotal role in the life of the Joker, whose home city, New Atlantis, on the Georgia shoreline, was formed by Florida's obliteration. The Sea Devils were marine mutants who had undergone accelerated change and gained sentience in Florida and Georgia, now under sea. The Soviet Union did not fall, remaining a superpower up through the present day, and the Metal Men intervened in the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia in 1968. Furthermore, as in our own world, the People's Republic of China was an ascendant superpower and had its own entry in the metahuman arms race. Power Girl! So, yep.
Wow, there are so many things about Tangent that I do not remember.
And of course, that story we all know and love, The Kingdom, revealed that this Tangent was part of Hypertime. And of course, Crisis on Infinite Earths, a compendium, and Infinite Crisis identified the Tangent universe as Earth 97. And of course, yes, they were brought back in the restored multiverse by Alex Luthor's restored multiverse. Infinite Crisis, we did not remember.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But wait a minute. So yeah, it shows up in Ion 9 and 10, which we're about to talk about. With the recreation of the multiverse following the events of 52, the Tangent universe is now known by the reality designation Earth 9.
Okay. Wait, is that pre Dark Knight's Metal?
Yeah,
Metal?
I believe so, because I don't remember seeing any Tangent recently, so who knows if it's even still around. But yeah, and in this era, it was Earth 9.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
All right. All right, so number 9. All right, William. Homeland Security. So yeah, the two kids are still sitting in the treehouse, and that lantern's glowing brighter and brighter. You see, but then meanwhile, Cal's at the hospital with his mother, and the doctors are again just like, oh, we don't know what's wrong with her. And
Hospitalist. Excuse me.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because of our history. But did you get shades of like Quasar's mother in the hospital at the?
A little bit, yeah.
Because that's what it was bringing up for me. Even though they knew what her,
Yeah, and hers was cancer. So
yes, even though no one in the universe could cure it.
And I would have thought the power of Ion could have fixed her, because he did a lot of things during the original Ion, right? Mm-hmm. He fixed Jade. Mm-hmm. So
once again, Superman. Another trope. Superman the movie. I have all these powers,
but I can't save the one I love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the doctors are basically baffled, and then, of course, while Cal's sitting here with his mother, who projects in a guardian, the guardians of the universe have need for you. But yeah, basically saying you must return to Oa, and he's like, "What about my mom?" And basically, it's just like, you must return without delay. I love Kyle walks through the image. He's like, no wonder you get under Hal's skin so much.
Yeah, so a little bit of Hal love there, right?
But yeah, they're like, we're not heedless of your situation, but the greater good must take precedence. You know this. We shall expect you presently. He blinks out. His mom wakes up and says, you should go.
Got a job to do. Go get her done.
Get her done. Is this the, No, I don't think this is the issue. But yeah, she tells him, yeah, he needs to go, and shows her the new costume. Oh yeah, this is the issue where she goes, not many mothers could say their sons were in the Justice League and the Green Lantern Force. Core, Mom. Green Lantern Corps.
Core.
Core, Mom.
Yeah. It's a core, it's not a force.
So he says, I don't know how long this will take, but I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. I've seen enough horror movies. Don't say that. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be right here. So, yeah. So Cal takes off. He's zooming towards space, and he's like, wait a minute. I feel like something's tugging at me. Like a tickle at the back of my mind. So he loops around and comes into the kid's backyard. That treehouse has been blown up. And that's when he finds two figures calling themselves Flash and the Atom, who look nothing like the Flash and the Atom.
Exactly.
Especially the Flash. So, yeah. The Atom basically punches him. So a bunch of fight. Oh, the Flash can play with his energy constructs. So
what I don't understand is why? What are they after? I didn't understand what they were.
I don't know. It almost seems like they're having a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
So are their consciousnesses not fully here? Or?
I don't know. I was a little confused by that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool that ultimately where Kyle ends up, because that ties into some earlier stuff that I studied pretty closely.
But so yeah, after Flash and the Atom seem to beat Kyle, yeah, they pull out the Tangent Green Lantern, and then of course at the end of the issue, of course, the monitors. Oh, we're left with little choice for the survival of this universe. Kyle Rayner must be eliminated. All right, thoughts, Will?
This was kind of a transitional issue.
Yeah,
because
and it's a two-parter. I mean, they're all good, but I don't know. Issue 8 to me almost seemed with the princess almost seemed like we were spinning wheels, because it's kind of like, okay, we cleared that first half, and now we're gonna get to the whole mom thing and all all that. I
thought 7 was probably the strongest issue of the group.
I just wondered if 7, if they let Ron Mars pretty much just do what he wanted in 7, but he had marching orders for the rest of these issues, where it's basically like, okay, you have to hit the monitors, you have to hit this. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it felt the rest of the issues felt like the plot was pushing everything along. Yes. Whereas issue 7 really kind of felt more like a traditional Mars issue. Oh yeah. That's what I said. I'm thinking they let him go with 7, let him off the reins with 7. Oh my god, I have a synopsis for 10. Yay! All right, Ion number 10, March 2007, Tales of the Green Lantern. Ron Mars, of course. Oh, Greg Tocchini is back, and Jay Liston. Tanya and Richard Horrier here. All right. Ion is trapped in an interdimensional reality known as the Bleed. He finds two young boys, David and Joshua Holiday. Dave and Josh are the boys who found the ancient Chinese lantern of Earth 9's Green Lantern. Ion is distracted when he sees a horde of alien monsters breaching the Bleed. He flies over to fight them and gains assistance from Captain Atom. After dispatching the regular Captain Atom, not the Tangent Atom. Basically, Monarch Captain Atom. He's wearing the Monarch armor. Yeah, pretty much. After dispatching the creatures, Adam explains that the monsters are actually a race of alien conquerors known as the Daemonites. He further elaborates to Ion of his visit to the Wildstorm universe. Yep. The Bleed and the monitors. Captain Adam then offers Ion in helping him for an arising event that concerns the multiverse, but Ion declines. Ion returns to Earth, where he finds the Green Lantern of Earth 9 attempting to avenge the souls of the dead. Unfortunately, she and her friends cannot remain in this reality if it means displacing innocent children into the bleed. Ion uses the power of the Chinese lantern to send her back to her native reality. Later on Oa, Ion hands the lantern to Guy Gardner and leaves him in charge of taking care of it. Oh, God. He then meets with the Guardian to instruct him to travel to Sector 3388 for another mission. Before leaving, Ion questions them if they know about the bleed, in which they remain silent of this and only tell him to go on his assigned task. He arrives in the sector and discovers a secret base hidden inside of an asteroid. Investigating the interior of the facility, he finds dozens of dead weaponers from the antimatter world of Cord. Following the trail of bodies, Ion finds his ex-girlfriend, Donna Troy. So
that deserves the
ex-girlfriend. All right, so yeah, again, I see what you mean with like a bridging issue or space. Like, okay, we finished this up. We're gonna start the next thing. Yep. But yeah, lots of cameo appearances by various Wildstorm characters, including the Authority and the Wildcats. This issue reprints the original off on a tangent credits for Ion 9 due to a printing error. The credits bled off the page and never made it into the final printing.
Yeah.
Ironic. All right. Yeah, so thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it was... I'm still a little confused at what the tangent characters were doing. I mean, I didn't really get it.
I think it was just a point of, oh, hey, something's wrong with the multiverse, or...
Oh, okay.
Maybe Ron Mars just like the tangent stuff. I don't know. I think that was the whole point. It was just like, oh, something's going on with the multiverse, and oh, hey, there's this bleed thing, another secret the Guardians are keeping.
Yep.
And again, like I said, I don't know how much of this, they're told Ron Mars, like, yeah, you gotta use this, All right, should we go on to the next one?
You bet.
All right, Ion
Number 11.
Yes, I think I have another synopsis. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, Ion 11, April 2007, Lovers and Enemies. Ron Mars, penciler, Greg Tocchini is still here, and Fernando Passarian, who also inks with Jay Liston. Everyone else is the same. Ion is shocked to find his former lover, Donna Troy, present aboard the asteroid station. One of the surviving weaponers opens fire on them, but Cal and Donna easily deflect his blast and take him down. Donna tries to interrogate him, but soon discovers that the one responsible for all this carnage is still present on the station. Who's the Cal enemy we haven't seen yet?
I don't know. Could it be...
No, not Sonar. It's Grayven.
Not Polaris? Not Sonar? Dang it, I was so off.
Not Sonar number 2. No, Grayven. It has been years since Cal has been forced to confront the son of Darkseid, but now suspects that Grayven is responsible for all the trouble that Ion has suffered of late. He even hints that he may be responsible for Moira Rayner's current debilitative condition. Ion and Grayven engage in battle that nearly tears the asteroid apart. Donna Troy proves equally formidable and batters Grayven with huge chunks of debris. Ion continues to hammer away at Grayven, and he slowly realizes that his foe is not the true puppet master of this entire affair. Somebody else is pulling the strings, and he begins to realize that all of the strange events that he has experienced in recent weeks are all interconnected. As Ion prepares to unleash a massive attack against Grayven, he receives an emergency signal from Guy Gardner. The message breaks up before he can hear everything, but he knows that it relates to his mother. Back on Earth, Guy, along with Kilowog and Soranik Natu, have arrived in California in the hopes of saving Moira Rayner's life. Even with the advanced technology of a Green Lantern ring, Soranik is not optimistic. She cannot explain what is wrong with Moira and fears that she will soon die. Meanwhile, the Monitors grow even more concerned over events pertaining to Kyle Rayner.
So, this is what I had a problem with.
Yes.
Soranik can't see that there is a sentient virus in her. I mean, and she's got a Green Lantern ring. I mean,
Is it something new? Because supposedly it's nothing that's ever been cataloged, so in 3,600 sectors, it's never been seen before. So
yeah, I that didn't quite ring true to me, because I just thought that she would have been able to detect a fear virus, that's running through the body.
I just have the feeling we told Ron Mars, yeah, keep it mysterious, and we'll fill in the blanks later.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Oh yes, and
because ultimately we know who's pulling the strings, and do we want to spoil that we'll spoil that at 12, maybe? I guess.
Can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's indicated in this issue that the monitors have also developed an interest in Supergirl and Nightwing. So,
seems to be very Titans focused, right?
Yeah, or like a certain like a generation or age. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Did we? Oh, I was going to say, did we see Grayven since Cal fought him right before he got thrown into the 30th century? I don't think in a Green Lantern book, but no. Remember when his stand-up comedy
he was Joker
career? Yes.
Laugh. That's what it was.
Yes. It looks like he may have made other appearances, but yeah, for Cal, yeah, that was the last appearance, last laugh.
That was back during the Winnick run, right?
Yeah. It was like issue
that was...
like 142 or 3 or something. Yeah. Stop me if you heard this one. I caused your mother's sickness. It'd be funny if he was still Jokerized. Somehow they cured him.
Yeah.
Well, they cured everybody. So yeah, thoughts on this?
It was pretty much just kind of a battle issue. I mean, when you get right down to it.
I mean, that's basically pretty much what, it's basically like, whoever's pulling the strings, they've sent all of Kyle's old enemies, well, all the good ones against them. Effigy, Nero, now Grayven.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sonar's still sitting by the phone waiting.
Yeah, still waiting for that call. Come on, I'm here. Call me.
Can I just get a ride into space? I'll take him on.
Yeah.
You don't have to mind wipe me or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing much. Hello?
Anybody?
Oh my lord, even Ron Mars created him. He still forgot. Even Ron Mars forgot about Sonar. All right. Should we wrap this up?
Let's finish it off.
All right. Just that's a bad joke. Never mind. I was gonna say like somebody's mother.
Oh.
All right.
Too soon.
I on number 12, May 2007, Bearing the Past. I love that cover of 12. You see the big statue, and then you could just see the name Rayner on it. And it's like, all right, I see what you're doing there. This time, yeah, Ron Mars. Penciler and inker Fernando Passarian doing, pencils and inks on his own.
Cool.
Yep. And of course, there's no synopsis. Why would you give me a synopsis for the last issue? All right, so, I mean, basically, like I said, it's basically, the other's called Cow to Earth because his mother wasn't long for this world, so.
And he kind of revives her and then kind of doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's like they don't come out and say it, but I'm assuming it's kind of supposed to be. Well, yeah, you can bring me back my body, but my soul's gone or something. Because she's like, all the most important parts of me are already gone and stuff. So you have to let me go. So. And
we get the funeral, and then we get that last page.
But I do like that. I do like that page. After when his mother's like, "You have to let me go" and stuff, and he does, and just that next page, it's completely white, and it's just him holding his mother.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like a good visual.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love when all those lanterns, including like the alien ones, are standing in the hospital room. Was it this issue or the last one? And the doctor's like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "We're out of town specialists."
Yeah. Kilowog.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that summary made it seem like he defeated Grayven in 11, but it's basically here. He basically fries him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And sends him off to Oa, and then hauls butt back to.
Yeah. It looks like he just like zaps him in the head, and then Dawn is like, "Did you?" And he's like, "I don't know. I don't care. I'm just sending him the it's the Guardian's problem." Oh, and then the monitor shows that one monitor shows up. And then, of course, it's basically like his brother's pulling back. It's like, why did you do that? And they're like, when we act, we'll do it together. So, yeah. All right, I know Will. Okay, I know Will's chomping at the bit. So, yes, that last page we see, yes, streaking out of the void, yellow rings, and to be continued this summer in Green Lantern Sinestro Corps Special.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder who's behind it, Will.
I don't know. Who could it be? Who has a history with the Weaponers of Quard, and who has used yellow rings in the past?
As that yellow ring flies right at the camera, and then basically they put Sinestro Corps Special.
Yeah, it's and then I think in one of those, because there's a lot of individual issues specials around the Sinestro Corps War, and I think doesn't Kyle get taken over by Parallax at some point?
I think so. Yeah, there are a bunch of specials. I'm trying to remember if is there a Parallax one, and I can't remember. Let me see.
Because it's not.
Yeah,
Sodom Yat shows up pretty quickly, doesn't he?
I think so. Well, I'm opening the schedule here. See what we have listed for Sinestro Corps War. There we go. We got there's a Tale of the Sinestro Corps, Parallax #1,
Cyborg Superman #1, Superboy Prime #1. Who Phil? I don't know who you're talking about. Who's that character?
Yeah, keep blocking that out. Oh, but we also get a Tales of the Green Lantern Corps Ion #1. So,
and I believe at some point during Sinestro Corps War, Sinestro reveals to all of us that, yes, he was behind everything. Wah ha 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 ha. Sorry.
Oh, my Lord. And he can literally twirl that mustache.
He can.
He's like the meme for that. Ah ha ha, it was me all along. It was me and Parallax.
That's right. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good series. I mean, it ends on a definite, downswing, but
basically stay tuned for the next event.
Yeah. But I thought it was a good chance for Ron Mars to revisit Kyle. I think he did a great job on the series.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, we're pretty much I don't know if we ever see Kyle back on Earth again.
I think he's back on Earth when New Guardians.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Starts, but I mean it's like a hot minute, and 7 rings show up. Or sorry, 6 additional rings show up, all choosing him, right?
Oh, what about that other line? Because Ron Mars didn't even forget for his mother's funeral. He's like, "Oh yeah, my father, or the guy claiming to be my father, didn't show up, but that's all right. I didn't need that. Yeah. I didn't need that drama."
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. I don't think we ever see that father again.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know.
I guess we will see.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be going all the way up through it.
That's right. All right. So, final thoughts, William.
That was a pretty good series.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and this is not anything to do with Ron Mars. I think editorial should have, it would have been nice to have the same artist.
Yes.
3 issues in a row. Or so.
Like I said, maybe they learned that lesson in a few years from this. But I thought when they started collecting stuff in trade, they wanted to keep they kind of tried to keep the same artist just for the trade, so it looks the same. But
yeah, I don't know. But I thought it was a pretty good series.
Oh, yeah.
It echoed, and I think in a good way, a lot of the Mars Green Lantern run. With Kyle. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, he brought back a lot of stuff. I mean, his mom, Radu, those villains. Yeah. The logo, the coffee shop logo.
I mean, and Kyle sounded like Kyle, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I would hope. I mean, the guy who created him, I hope so.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, next. Remember, remember, kids, we did 2 weeks of Ion, so who's next? That's right, kids. 2 weeks of Hal Jordan. Because next episode... Who? Someone's favorite character. Hold on.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
That is correct.
That guy. All right. So yes, kids, next week, next episode, we'll be covering Green Lantern 14 through 17, Wanted Hal Jordan. Or is it? Yeah, it's Wanted Hal Jordan, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we'll do, the week after that, we'll do Green Lantern 18 through 20. And then we'll do 2 weeks of Green Lantern Corps 7 through 9, and then Green Lantern Corps 10 through 13. And then after that, we'll get to that little thing they teased at the end of the Ion. The Sinestro Corps War.
Which is awesome.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. A whole month of Sinestro Corps War, kids. That'll be your
Cool.
September, pretty much. So
nice.
So yeah, we're here. Remember a couple months ago, we only had one Green Lantern book to get through. Well, and we were zooming through that.
Now we've got lots of Green Lantern books, so it's going to go a little slower, which is perfectly fine by me because we got a lot of great story to cover.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to turn that next episode around pretty quickly. So, but send your thoughts on all the upcoming stuff, or send us your thoughts on Night Terror's Green Lantern too, or the Nathan Fillion news. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics for this. Find all the episodes for all the shows, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. It's been up for a while now. Lilith Hellfire's review of Lilith Hellfire's drunken review of Kira Reborn Captain America is up now. So again, that's worth the price of admission alone. So yes, find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Mr. Will Allred, a master of the core, master of the Quantum Zone, master of Kickstarter, master of podcasting, and #1 Hal Jordan fanboy. Where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me at Wallred, that's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably other social media that I forgot I set up. But if you would like to check out some of the comics that I write, you can do that at crossoverdivsion.com, which is awesome. Thank you, sir. Which is, we're currently finishing off the hardcover of that, which we'll be delivering in the next few months. And then we'll be launching issue number 5 of Crossover Division after that. So that's, if you'd like to check out another book I write, it's called Diary of Night, and that's at diaryofnight.com. And Phil's not the only podcaster that I annoy on a weekly basis. That would also be writer Kevin Joseph. We have a little show called Explain Yourself, where we bring on independent comic creators and try to bring some attention to their ongoing Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaigns. So that's called Explain Yourself. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're here, which means you probably love Quasar as much as, or almost as much as Phil and I. So if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org. I'll put it in my navel.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party. He goes limp in my grip. They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
I can't believe that got printed in a comic.
Yeah, Marvel comic. Well, the 90s, kids.
It was the 90s.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Hal Jordan is back next week. Green Lantern 14 through 17, then 18 through 20.
Nice.
And then 2 weeks of Green Lantern Corps, and then we get the Sinestro Corps.
You know, Sinestro Corps War was just, when it came out, it was seismic. It was just big deal. Really big deal.
I mean, that was basically the first step in getting to that whole spectrum, the emotional spectrum and stuff.
Yep, exactly.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, those who forget the past are going to get bludgeoned by it. Good night.